everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 63 of Direwolf20's OmniFactory Let's Play series, where today I'm working on a few things. I was looking to make, between episodes, the Advanced Assembly Machine for LuV and the Singularity Compressor for LuV, because those are our quests that we're currently on. LuV Compressor, LuV Assembler. Cool. I got pretty good. In fact, I think I could probably make the compressor. Right? I think I could probably do this. I can, if I get some niobium titanium cables. Sounds like a good time. Is that a thing we know how to make? Really good question. Niobium titanium. The names are getting more ridiculous and more difficult to pronounce. I don't know what's happening. I assume that this is titanium and niobium. Okay. But where do we get niobium from? That's another one. Niobium dust. Which can be pulverized from niobium ores. Niobium ores do not have a recipe. Wah, wah, wah. Is there another way to get niobium ores? I'm not seeing any kind of recipes for niobium anything. So that's a cool thing. Where would niobium come from? Impure niobium dust, purified niobium dust, niobium titanium dust, right. Niobium nitrate dust gets me niobium. And I assume that that's not going to be anything that's going to be attainable in any way. Where's niobium come from? Oh my goodness. It's all shenanigans. Alright, I think I figured it out. Sort of. I think we have to process tantalite dust. Let's make sure that there's no tantalite going on here. So I just got some with coins. We'll see how much this is. So tantalite dust goes into here, hopefully quickly. We'll add you in place of this stuff. Okay. But it needs to be ore washed. So actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Tantalite. Come here, you. Because you need to be ore washed. Yeah, you don't do that thing. Yeah, you need to go here. Yeah. And then you need to be ore washed. And we set up an ore washer a couple episodes ago. Somewhere over the rainbow. You have an ore washer somewhere here. Oh good, you finished doing your thing. Cool. So you could add crushed tantalite to your to-do list, right? And that gives me purified tantalite. Yay! So I can pulverize purified tantalite and have a 14% chance to get niobium dust. Or we can thermal centrifuge the purified tantalite and get a guaranteed 3 of that and one of these, which then can be pulverized and we don't get that stuff. So what's that, 33% basically per one of these? Or, yeah, so I think we probably want to take the purified here, and it would probably be an advanced thermal centrifuge, right? So could I add you to the to-do list? Right? I would think. So let's add you to the whitelist for this dude. So then you guys should all start processing, and we'll get little nuggets of the niobium stuff. Okay. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me. I was all ready to tell you guys about all the things that I learned, and then all of a sudden, shenanigans happened. We'll see how much niobium we get from this, and hopefully it's enough. But it probably won't be. It probably won't be. But we'll figure it out. Alright, so now you can make niobium dust, right? Cool. Alright, and if we want niobium titanium wire, right, then what we need to do is make hot niobium so that we can make So let's export you. So hot niobium requires 3000 Kelvin. So you could go into the one that I process with, right? That's 3600. So if we had niobium here, you should start cooking. And then we can add hot niobium. Ow, ow, ow. Cool. So there's your, now hot titanium is titanium and niobium. This is getting shenanigans, guys. A little bit. A little bit of shenanigans are happening here. And this needs 4500 Kelvin. So that's going to be this guy. Okay. Hot niobium titanium. Oh, right, I don't want to do that. Hold on. What I want to do is niobium and titanium. We want to get that stuff and then do the cooler thing, right? Sweet. So that should give me 2 of those, which I can then add to this guy. And then we'll get those 2. Cool. Yay. 2 of these is what it is. Why are you like flickering niobium titanium? But you get the idea. Okay. And then if I want niobium titanium wire cable things, then you're going to need to be this guy. And you're going to need to be this guy. All right. Wire mill, check. Cables, check. Niobium titanium 2. Get to work. Now you might notice that we have a craft in progress, and it's actually stuck, which is a good time. So hey, there's your Singularity Compressor from LuV. Everybody's thrilled, I'm sure, that Dyer got one of these. I am, no doubt. So how do we do on niobium? Are you not crafting carding? Don't you have a crafting card in you? Capacity and capacity. You don't have a crafting card. You should probably have a crafting card. Well, maybe you shouldn't. Well, maybe you should. Well, maybe you shouldn't. Because osmium... See, that would create a crafting loop if I put a crafting card in there, wouldn't it? So what we're going to have to do is manually do the niobium. And then you're going to craft it all up. And then we'll have to get more of that stuff once I figure out where to get that stuff at. Good times. Had by all. Everybody with me so far? So did you guys finish processing all your stuff? No, you're still cooking up more purified tantalite, which is fine. That's cool. So we have to figure out where tantalite comes from, more than just buying it, and that's cool. So that's one thing I want to do, right? So to make the Singularity Compressor, we needed pistons and motors, both of which are assembly line machines that do soldering alloy and lubricant, right? So between episodes, I export bus soldering alloy ingots so that this guy's kept full on soldering alloy fluid. Ta-da! And I export bus to lubricant. Ta-da! Everybody's excited? Good. Now, the next thing we need to make is an advanced assembler, which needs robot arms and conveyor modules. Cool? Cool. Everything's fine until you get to conveyor modules and you realize that you need styrene butadiene rubber. That's what I say to you. Do what now? Okay. I guess we'll figure out what that is. So I started looking. Styrene butadiene rubber comes from a chemical reaction between sulfur, easy, and styrene butadiene, raw styrene butadiene, which you can see right there. All right. The raw styrene butadiene, from what I can tell, has to be made in a chemical reactor with preferably oxygen, not air, because it's 36108, 36108. So the same amount of these two, but oxygen means you get 3 of it instead of 1 of it. So you triple it by using oxygen. 100% definitely the way to go, which you can see I have up here. Styrene comes from benzene and ethylene. Benzene is steam-cracked light fuel, steam-cracked naphtha. And hey, remember last episode when I had too much naphtha and I didn't know what to do with it? I think I just figured out what I'm going to do with it. We're going to make benzene. We're going to combine it with ethylene, which is, as we know, pretty easy and straightforward to make. There's something that makes ethylene that was easy. Wood gas, maybe? Or, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, refinery gas, steam-cracked. Okay, so you can all make ethylene. Wasn't there something that I was already making ethylene from? Like, what am I making with polyethylene? Oh, that's right, ethanol and sulfur. Right. Because we already have this going on way over here for some other process. We just haven't been storing the ethylene. We've been using it to make polyethylene, but we haven't been storing the ethylene ever. So that's a thing. And then we have to get butadiene, which is steam-cracked naphtha, right? So steam-cracked naphtha equals butadiene, okay? And styrene comes from benzene and ethylene. So I think that's what we're going to set up now so that we can get this, so that we can get this, so that we can get this, so that we can get this. No, not this. This. With me? Cool. And we also need 2 of these. Well, at least 1 more of these. Are you cool to make all that stuff? You are. Good. To craft? 2. Get to work. And we'll be back in a minute once I get all the components that I need. So I'm going to spend a few minutes off camera making all the machines. And I'm going to do extreme voltage versions of these. Because I have an extreme voltage line here that I recently upgraded all my extruders on. And we have plenty of space to fit in a few machines for some fluid processing. Cool? Back in a minute. All right, guys. So here's what I'm doing. Ethylene goes in this one. Diluted sulfuric acid in this one. And maybe we'll do something to, like, undilute the sulfuric acid. We'll see. All right? But then we're going to switch this up so that he is an import bus of fluids. Right? And that sound like a good time? With maybe some acceleration cards going on here, just to speed this up a little bit. Cool. Now we've got ethylene going on. Which one uses ethylene? This guy? Fluid export of oxygen? I could add ethylene to this with a capacity card, right? And then you'd be cool, right? So then we add ethylene here, and then you should have no problem doing that thing. Yeah? Yeah. It's good. So then you do that, and now we're making ethylene. Cool. We don't need a ton of that stuff, from what I understand, from looking at the recipes and whatnot, but, you know, we'll go there. So that is diluted sulfuric, and we'll figure out how to deal with sulfuric acid at some point. It's very simple, I know, but working on other things at the moment. So for now, I need, let's focus on just doing the styrene first, right? So we've got ethylene. We need to combine it with benzene, which is steam-cracked naphtha with configuration 3. Okay, we could do that, right? Now, butadiene is also steam-cracked naphtha, right? So why don't we do steam-cracked naphtha to do both things? That sounds smart. I like that idea, right? So what we then need is steam and naphtha. For steam, we're going to need a fluid heater, right? So the math is we need 1 fluid heater, and we probably need quite a few chemical reactors. So be right back. Okay, I didn't super duper math this, but let's see what happens, right? So, oh yeah, you know what else I want is some pumps. Let's get some of those so that the YouTube comments all yell at me about how I don't really need pumps for things. But I still do it anyway because dire derp. Something, wrench, the side of the machine, and then I can output fluid to that side. Something, maybe. I like the pumps. I like them. I think it's a cool mechanic. It's all good. It works. It works for me. I'm down with the pumps. I think it's cool. All right. So with that said, right, Singularity Compressor is something that I don't need just yet. So we want the fluid heater here, right? And you're going to pump your steam that you're going to get from an export bus. Just get 10 of these because we always need export buses. Right? We always need export buses. Why don't we just get a bunch? Right? With water. Okay. So you're just going to basically do that. And then you... So for steam... Right? It is circuit 1. Okay. And you guys can go away. Cool. Look at all that steam we get. Nice. Okay, so you definitely don't need any kind of speed exports, do you? The only thing we might need to say is that you are allowed input from the output side. Cool. So you go in there with your bucket of water. Okay. Now you're going to export into a chemical reactor because the next thing we need to do is make steam cracked naphtha, which is a chemical reactor with steam and naphtha. Okay. So chemical reactor there. Okay. And then we want to export steam into U. So let's just do, or naphtha into U, right? And do we have any naphtha? No, but we should be able to get a bucket of it relatively easily because we should have a bucket on us. And naphtha, we have a lot of, remember? Because we considered voiding it and then we said, nah, we don't want to void it. Let's just bump up the 4K, right? So then you're in there, you're going to accelerate a little bit so that you get some naphtha, and you're going to allow import from the output side, and then boom, steam cracked naphtha. That is cool. So steam cracked naphtha. So let's get our conduiting. We want the ender one, the good one. We want some vibrant cables. We have like a few of them. That shouldn't be hard, per se, to get. Just a few more, right? Yeah. Perfect. Right. So your job will be making steam cracked naphtha, right? So one of the things we need to get is styrene, which is ethylene and benzene. Benzene needs circuit 3 in a distillery. So we need probably 2 distilleries because we also need butadiene, which is circuit 5 in a distillery. Okay. Or we could distillation tower the steam cracked naphtha and get a bunch of things. Goodness gracious, that's a lot of things. But I think we'll stick with this, and if it turns out we need some more of these, because that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. And our refinery guy is just busy doing oil, right? So let's get 2 distilleries. We have some advanced distilleries, but let's get the Eevee. Yeah, good. I can have an Eevee distillery. Nice. Okay. So I just need 2 Eevee pumps. Do we still have some more Eevee machine holes? Just get a few more of those as well. Shouldn't be too bad. Everybody crafts pretty quick these days. Yeah, distillery I mismathed on, right? Really should be keeping aluminum cable in stock. Dyer says to himself every time he goes to craft something and never does. Right. Okay. So then I'm not going to do the pump here, right? We're going to do this guy. Okay, but we want to conduit him, right? So you're going to extract on, let's say, yellow. Always active. And you're going to insert on yellow, right? Now, the first thing we need is styrene, which is ethylene and benzene. Benzene comes from that with configuration 3. So I know we're going to need 2 circuits, one with configuration 3. Hey, that's the wrong circuit. This one. That should be cool. Okay. And that should be making benzene. Okay. Boy, I hope I have enough lining for this. This is end steel cable, right? Good. Okay. So you're making benzene. Cool. And that's with ethylene, we'll make styrene. Cool. Styrene, which is what we need to make this stuff. Styrene. And then we just need the butadiene. Okay? So styrene, so we're going to have this guy, we're going to have the pump on this one. Right? Because benzene plus ethylene. Right? So this guy is going to be another one of these. And let's get our bucket of ethylene. Okay. And then you're going to be producing styrene once we get 1,000. Cool. And that styrene should build up pretty quick. Now we want to import bus the hydrogen, right? And we want the styrene to go to the side. So we want to import fluid bus the hydrogen. And we want the pump to do only export. We need that filter. Fluid filter, zinc foil, right? That shouldn't take too long to make. Cool. Okay. You only send, not naphtha, the other one, styrene out. Okay. And then you're going to need to import bus the hydrogen. Right? So you're going to have a filter on hydrogen, and you're going to need to connect to cabling somehow. We'll pretend at some point we'll have more stuff going on there. All right, cool. Okay. So you two do that. That gets the hydrogen out nice and quick. That allows styrene to keep happening. Okay. And then styrene combines with oxygen and butadiene. Right? So the chemical reactor that's going to produce this stuff is going to chill right here next to the distillery that's going to make butadiene. Cool. Now I think there's a trick. Can I do this? And that puts it on that side. Now you needed to be configuration 5, if I'm not mistaken, for butadiene. Right? Steam cracked naphtha, configuration 5. Okay, cool. Sweet. And he's putting the butadiene in there. Cool. So you're running, you're doing that thing, and everybody's groovy. Now we just need to export bus oxygen, which we may or may not have a bucket of. We do. Cool. Allow you in. Oxygen. With maybe a little bit of acceleration, because Dyer gets impatient. Well, that's pretty spifferino. Raw styrene butadiene rubber dust. Cool. Now you are chemical reacted to make that, right? So let's put a storage bus on you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put a storage bus on him so that we have access to the rubber that's being made, rather than storing it in the AE system. Does that seem like a fair deal? I hope so, because it's what I'm doing. All right, everybody get to work. Do your thing. Shame on me for asking for a lot, but you should be able to handle it, AE system. Aluminum plates take a while, don't they? Thought I had high-tier compressors. Whatever. It should be done soon. Shouldn't take too long. Especially because I have coprocessors on all those dudes, right? So that should be speeding things up a little bit. So why is only one thing crafting right now? Shouldn't you, like, be multitasking a little bit? Stored 1, scheduled 84. Yeah, like, why aren't you working right now? Why aren't you doing multiple crafts right now? Do you have something else happening that I don't know about? You're doing your wrought iron plates. Interesting. Oh, you do those by hand, don't you? Okay, I could see that being the problem. Yeah, that's why it didn't do that right. Okay, is one of my buses done? Getting real close, buddy. Real close. There you are. Cool. Right, so now, if I look for this stuff, raw styrene butadiene rubber dust. Cool. Now that combines in a chemical reactor with sulfur dust to make styrene butadiene, right? And we have an Eevee chemical reactor. And over here, I set this up, right? I should do this a little bit smarter. What I should do, because this is an insane voltage transformer, right? What I'm gonna do is move you to be here. Move the aluminum cable. Hopefully I have some more aluminum. got some aluminum somewhere. Good, I do. Because I think you're going to need to be here. Oh, that was a mistake. That was supposed to be that guy. Cool. So you've got power now. Now I need another Eevee chemical dude, so we'll be right back. To be fair, that's not a super hard craft, so I'm not, you know, losing sleep over it. Where's my stainless steel rotor dude? Do what now? In what way did you not properly craft a stainless steel router? Where did you go such that you're being funny? Alright, stainless steel router went somewhere he didn't belong. Oh, why are you going in there? Don't do that. You should be this. And extract only. There's your problem. Okay, fixed. Crisis averted. Cool. Okay, all fixed. So you can only do that, and you can only extract items. Good deal. Okay, now with this guy back up and running, right, what we want you to be is Eevee cable, right? So that's N steel cable, not aluminum. And you should be able to go there. And realistically, I would love it if you were right next to him. But no, you're already here, aren't you? Let's get lubricant. Let's move these guys. Let's get a tank. Let's pick you up. Yeah, that's just a rendering bug. Okay, great. Let's try pumping it. Pump, 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 pump. Conduit. Let's do the ender one, actually. Yeah, you, buddy. Please extract the lubricant. Okay, don't extract the lubricant. Can I pick you up and you'll retain your lubricant? No idea. We'll find out, though. Nope. Oh well. Voided some lubricant. One would live. I don't know why I set all that up like that when I didn't even wind up doing that properly, but it's all good. So there's a little bit of dire wire here, and no one's surprised. Because that's how things go. N steel cable, right? And then chemical reactor, right? And then you want to export your fluid out the back, right? And this is butadiene plus sulfur, right? So let's get you working again, by the way. That should be fine. Lubricant, get going again. Yeah. Sorry, 64 buckets of lubricant, but life goes on. So then you need to export bus sulfur and that rubber stuff, right? I would love to do the proper filter with an interface, like a count filter. That would be super cool, right? So that we could say raw styrene. I believe it's 9-to-1, right? Yes, 9-to-1 sulfur. Okay. So the import here will be insert on green with a count filter 9 and 1. Okay, so you'll keep 9 and 1 in there. Now we just need to find an interface nearby that we can connect that to. There should be someone somewhere that we can do that with. You know what I could do? Right here. You keep that and that in stock. Cool? Okay. So now I should be able to ask for the conveyor. Now here's one more tricky problem with our conveyor setup situation. The assembly line here has all these import buses, right? So I want to show you what I did between episodes and tell you that it's probably not going to work anyway, because I thought it would and it doesn't look like it's gonna. So if I want LuV conveyor modules, right, they are these things with a configuration 1 circuit. The pistons are the similar things with a configuration 2 circuit. So guess what? I need to insert the circuits in the machine, or I need 2 assembly lines, which was a really expensive craft, by the way. Not that bad, but, you know, bad enough. Let's see what happens. So what I did is I set on the up to blacklist any kind of circuit. You want to match metadata, but ignore NBT, because these guys share metadata with some of the items in GregTech. Over here, right, so all of them are blacklisting. This one whitelists filters. So whitelisting filters means only the program circuits should go into here, nowhere else. And then I also have this guy exporting on brown so that he'll pull the circuit out when it's done with the craft, hopefully, and insert into here. Sounds good in theory. Now I should have everything I need to craft this, right? So when we put this stuff in, you should see it doing its thing. And that's cool. Now you, sir, got your 2 program circuits. Notice they're not going anywhere. So import buses, and I tried monkeying with screws, and that didn't do anything. I wonder if like the wrench will do anything for me. Nope. Doesn't seem to be any way to tell him that I can find that you're allowed to extract this program circuit. So if I want to automate this in the right way, I'm suspecting what's going to happen is I will probably need 2 assembly lines. One for conveyor belts and one for pistons, which is super bummer. Not cool at all. Not loving it. But hey, there's your styrene butadiene rubber processing. That's cool beans, right? You can go away now because you're not exporting. You're not extracting that thing. There might be another way to extract them, but I'm just not seeing it. Yeah. Not sure what to do about that. I haven't thought up a solution to that. I will see what I can come up with, though. Hopefully something good. But hey, we've got conveyors, which means we should have an LuV advanced assembly machine ready to be made. We need another LuV machine hull. I thought I had my arms. Did I not make the arms yet? And then 2 niobium cables. Niobium cables. And then I guess I just need the 2 robot arms, which needs a lot more copper. Oh, and lots of things. What kind of stuff do you need that we like totally don't have available to us? It might be because I'm missing copper. It's probably because I'm missing copper. Guess what? Did I do this between episodes or what? Hey, guess what spiders can make? Apparently spiders are really good at making copper. Haha. I bet you had no idea spiders could make copper. Well, don't you feel foolish for not knowing that. Everybody knows spiders make copper. Duh. And hey, are you done, buddy? You are. Cool. So that's that. I suspect we have a need for this at some point soon, but there's a quest complete, by the way. Hooray! So while my spider processing is happening, I also got creepers going because iron. But I'm letting spiders run, obviously, because copper. So lots of resources available. So can I make my arms yet? Can I make 1 robot arm? Not that one. This one. You are missing some nano processor assemblies and some energy flow circuits and some crystal circuits. Okie dokie then. Let's get that arm and see if we can't fix him up. What's wrong with you, arm? So you need to know, this is the 4th and final tier 5 circuit. Theoretically, you need 2 of those, right? And the 6. Don't we have any 6s? I thought we had 6s being kept in stock. Are you being broken again? You totally are. You're just not doing it. Okay, I'll have to investigate why in a little bit. But otherwise, we'll be back in a minute when I've got all the parts here. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, we need 2 tier 6s. Right? 2 tier 5s. And 6 tier 4s. So hopefully you'll be groovy now. LuV, can you make me an arm now? The LuV arm. Hooray! So that's 1 arm that we need for this ridiculous machine. I'd love to know why you're not keeping in stock like you should be. Oh, you don't have a crafting card, so there's part of the problem. That's absolutely part of the problem. He should kick into gear pretty soon. Alright, back in a minute when all the shenanigans crafting is done. This here blast furnace is seeing a lot of work lately. I am strongly considering upgrading him. I don't think it makes a difference. It boosts your heating capacity. But I don't think it makes a difference in terms of how fast it smelts, right? The coil blocks. If I want to make it smelt faster, we have to bump these guys from IV to LuV. So LuV CEF times 2, and LuV energy input hatches, and probably a couple of those shenanigans Lapatronic, the bigger Lapo orbs. These guys. Right? Which, okay, that's not too bad. The LuVs. If I wanted to make those, is that doable right now? You need H picks and europium plates. That's right. Where does europium come from? That's one I didn't really know. Blast furnace of europium dust. That doesn't seem to make any difference, does it? Nope, 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 nope. Europium comes from a fusion reactor of hydrogen and neodymium. So maybe I need to get into fusion before I can do that stuff? It's just that I haven't unlocked... I thought there were quests for fusion. I was pretty sure there were. And hey, look what just opened up, a tier 5 microminer. Okay, that's cool. Thought there would be fusion quests going on, but I don't see any just yet. And I would really love to. Maybe I need a ZPM compressor. I don't know. How do I unlock fusion quests? Well, at the very least, I can say I'm proud that it's mostly seems to be working pretty good, I think. So if we check down here, you're probably empty. But in a moment, because part of this craft involves a piston, you will probably get a program circuit tier 2 because that's what we need for pistons, right? So that'll go ahead and craft just fine, right? But it won't actually pull out, which will be a problem, but we'll deal with it when the time comes. Cool. All right, just realized a little bit of a dire derp. Totally used the 4th tier. It needs to be this one, the 4th and final tier 4 circuit, not the 4th and final tier 3 circuit. My bad. Otherwise, the arm crafting seems to be working. I thought I triple checked that, but I totally didn't. So there's 1 arm going down. So we should have that being done, which means we have 1 arm complete, which is cool. Can I have another one by chance? I totally can. Cool. Okay. So that means, how are you doing spiders? Nice. Look at all the copper we got going on. That's cool. And more spiders equals more copper. Nice. I'll take that. I'm thinking what I'm going to do at some point soon is probably just get it so that this thing's like making tons of copper and iron and other easily renewable resources like that. Because this stuff actually produces a decent amount of resources, which is cool. Very much enjoying that, actually, as a matter of fact. Very much enjoying that. You know, all the copper and stuff that you get, not bad. And we need a lot of copper, to be fair, right? Really do. Really, really, really do. Alright, so you're all cooking. You're doing your thing. What I really need to do is speed this up. This thing is just far too slow for the dyer. He's just not loving the speed at which this thing operates. So probably on a very soon to-do list, speed this dude up. Like I said, pretty sure increasing the heat in there ain't going to make it any faster. Right? It's only the EU per tick that makes it faster, to my knowledge. Alright, dudes. Finally! The Advanced Assembly Machine, LuV tier. Booyah. What is up? Claim and rewards. And that didn't unlock any new quests? Come on, man. That was a lot of work. Killing me. Killing me. Alright. So, I guess Fusion's coming. What do I need to make a Fusion controller at this point? Fusion coil blocks. Need neutron reflectors and superconducting coil. Draconium wire. And molten nether star. So I'm thinking maybe progressing through the draconium quests is probably what's going to be necessary to get fusion going on over here. That makes sense. You'll need at least Naquita coil blocks in your blast furnace to melt draconium. Okay. Naquita coils. Need Naquita. Okay, that's a thing. There's no recipe for that guy. Naquita. Naquita. Fusion reactors make Naquita, but I need Naquita to get fusion reactors, right? So I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense to me. Right? You would think Naquita Dust, maybe? Ah, there it is. There's your Tier 5 microminer. All right, so Tier 5 microminer gets Naquita Dust, which allows us to make Naquita coils, which allows us to smelt draconium, which allows us to get superconducting wires, which allows us to get fusion reactor. Everybody get that? The good news is this doesn't need a fluid. It just needs a whole ton of power. And I think next episode we'll come back and get this going, right? So this stuff will be involved. So I'd like to automate this bit if I can. And for that, we will probably need to break into the thing we were trying to break into a few episodes ago, which was the packaged auto mod. So I'd like to packaged auto for Tier 4 and potentially Tier 5 microminers, right? What does the Tier 5 microminer get for me besides Naquita? A bunch of things. Palladium and Tantalite and Monzonite and Sphalerite and, okay, cool. Osmium and boron dust and molybdenite and beryllium and good times. We'll need stabilized uranium to do that one. Or stabilized plutonium to get the Naquita dust. So hopefully plutonium ain't too hard to get stabilized from. Right? Stabilized plutonium or plutonium. Which we have some plutonium, hopefully enough. We'll find out. I don't know. If we don't have enough, then we'll just have to process a bunch of uranium. We'll kind of figure it out as we go along. Fair? So we have a path. We know what we need to do now. We need to get a Tier 5 microminer so we can get Naquita, so we can process draconium. Okay? Because draconium... And getting into draconium sounds like a really good time, right? We also need gelid cryothium for our hot draconium cooldown. Nice. That's cool. We need cetane boosted diesel to actually make you. And 6,800K. Yeah. Yeah. Naquita coils, I assume that lines up, right? Naquita coils are, yeah, 7,200K. All right, cool. Cool. And where does draconium come from again? I found it, like, very sporadically somewhere. You can also make it with manual dust and dragon's breath, which we can get from a loot fabricator. Okay, that's an option. Yeah, we're going to want to automate this, for sure. We'll figure it out. For now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and do some more shenanigans, because holy cow, there's a lot ahead of us. All right, guys, take it easy.